Welcome to Market Astrology and Horoscope. Excuse me if my voice sounds hoarse. It's 12:44 a.m. June 1st, and I'm having a hard time keeping my eyes open, actually. Okay, let's welcome to Market Astrology. And this is titled Mob Wars, Currency Rocks, Bulls Ahead. Actually, bulls are charging ahead. So I'm going to start with the mobs and then the market predictions for from Monday through Friday for traders last. So you can fast forward if you like. I predict individual days, Monday through Friday. So if you live in the US, you are very aware of the war that the president is now facing. We've seen this before. I've been talking about this war, trade war or terrorist or mob war, for the past month. In fact, if you watched USA 2021, I talked about the hippies. That video is titled Dejavu. It is reminiscent of the hippie era, protesters, demonstrations, and violently vandalizing businesses and government properties. And that was that era. And it seems like it's coming back. That's why I titled it Deja Vu. Here's a quote from the New York Times by Nicholas Bogle Burrows and Sandra E. Garcia, May 31st, 2020, 7:41 p.m. That was yesterday. And it's New York Times, it's titled, What is Antifa? The movement Trump wants to declare a terror group. Well, and the quote is, rather, Antifa is more of a movement of activists whose followers share a philosophy and tactics. The key word I want to call the attention to is philosophy. Therefore, it is about what is right and what is wrong, what is just and what is unjust. That's the simple definition of Sagittarius. They can be obsessively philosophical about justice, and the lunar eclipse on June 5th brings matters of justice. Be very careful what you say and how you communicate. Avoid lawsuits, especially at work. We are going to see a lot of litigation activities emanating from or are built on a philosophical or has a philosophical base, or whatever they are: communism, socialism, fascism, capitalism. Back in May, full moon in 17 degrees Scorpio, I talked about the mob, that these people have a mission. First, we had the lockdown mobs who challenged Governor Whitmer of Michigan. Those groups showed up with guns. They weren't violent. This lunar eclipse coming up on June 5th is manifesting violence because Mars joined Neptune and the lunar eclipse squared it while opposing retrograde Venus. Lots of sensationalism coming from the media. Why? Because Venus is in Gemini and the moon is in Sagittarius. Again, big media. This is indeed deja vu again. You've heard me say this over and over, but I've heard that Vietnam War was lost on the TV screen. Do you see where this is going? This is leading to what is going to manifest in the US in 2021. As we approach 2021, you will see, as predicted, that the people and the government are very deeply involved, and the people as workers will be very involved with the commercial establishments and will be at odds with both the government and the commercial enterprises. And this is also vice versa. Government is also at odds with the people and the commercial enterprises they assist. In Sagittarius, it's all about race matters, which is all, it's a matter of philosophy and principle that is fueling this violence. This is the euphoria I was referring to in the lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, titled "Optimism and Euphoria." It was titled "Optimism and Euphoria." The crowd has been incited to euphoric levels. This is like the 60s hippie era, civil rights combined with Vietnam War. Today, the universities are on lockdown and the schools are being challenged, but the students are facing another kind of challenges, which is about to manifest. That's finance, legal status, and interest requirements also. For now, the looters come out to fight the president. The reason I am talking about the president is because he is the one who is being attacked by his enemy. I'm just reading the chart. This lunar eclipse implies war. Venezuela, China, Iran, and the mob. Legal immigration is not going to happen. It's now going to happen. I'm sorry, it's now going to happen. Everything seems nebulous to everyone and is tainted with a lot of mistrust. The people, the police is again attacked. In fact, I did say that the enemy is hiding in the last video that I did. I can't believe they got away with it. Did you hear about the Iranian tankers delivering fuel to Venezuela? Well, they must have been hiding, or well, they were in hiding, and the U.S. probably didn't catch it. I don't really know what happened there, but maybe the U.S. will react later. Google it. Venezuela is actually buying Iranian fuel. Yes, the enemy is hiding amongst us. And I'm not condoning or in favor of or against anything. I'm just reading an astrological chart. Remember that I always say that the outcome is the meed of astrology, not the wise. This outcome was published a week ago, and the USA 2021 was published months ago. So now we turn to the stock market. As an astrologer, my objective is the outcome. So what is going to happen? This is the judgment of the charts. So far, the events, especially the market events, have been accurately predicted. I think that the bulls are going to charge ahead this week. If you bought low, then you want to sell high. If you bought last week, I would think about taking profits. This is why. You bought when Venus was retrograde, and even though it was a good time to buy in hopes of going up higher in price, be prudent, not greedy. Let's say you bought stocks or even cryptos 2 weeks ago during the new moon, May 22nd. You can preserve your initial investment, but there may not be much on the upside, say if you held it for many years. If there's a good opportunity to sell so you can realize a gain, then why not do that? This is why my read, this is just my read, and I'm not advising you financially. Just observe, please. Monday, the online retailers will be the movers, and those who are exposed to some mergers also move in the markets. Overall, it's not a volatile day. Any volatility will revert to the mean. Tuesday could be volatile. I would not go long as a swing trader. If you're a day trader, you are taking a chance that may not work to your advantage. There's a tendency to get burned. Wednesday is not a bad day. Here we have the bulls and the bears in the battleground of tactics, trying to outmaneuver each other. Don't get manipulated. That's the message. Thursday is a good trading day. I would take profits. Friday, I would take profits. Special message for those trading currencies. This market could present opportunities to sell. Friday is about banks, retailers, currencies, and coins as well. I've been talking about these sectors for a long time, and I think you all know how I feel about banks and retailers. Do you want to take profits? Currency traders should ask what happens to the dollar when the Fed lowers interest rates. Which currencies are going to default due to lack of foreign reserves? South Korean won, Turkey, we've been hearing about Turkey, yuan, yes, the Chinese yuan, or renminbi, and bunch of others could be in a rocky state. Just saying. It's all about the currency this week. So what happens to cryptos when currencies weaken or collapse? Some gotta win and some gotta lose. So good luck.